Cascade Hoops Talk, bringing the world NAIA basketball one podcast at a time. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? Hey, today we have Cash Williams, William Jessup University Warrior basketball first team All-American. This young man, he's been honored at every level he played at. He was All-State in California, where he grew up at Fresno, played at Central East. He went over to Arizona Western, played on a very good basketball team over there. He was an All-American, and then he has moved on to William Jessup now and first team All-American there. He's going to talk about his career. He's going to talk about this last year that William Jessup had, what it means to him to be part of the William Jessup program, as well as his relationship with Coach Lance Von Vogt there at William Jessup. So let's give a listen to Cash Williams. He's got a great story. You're going to enjoy it. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Really happy today. We have Cash Williams out of William Jessup, a first-team All-American. Cash, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being on.
No, thank you so much for having me on this morning. I really appreciate it.
You know, Cash, I want to talk about your what a tremendous basketball career all the way back to high school back in Fresno. You were honored at every level where you played basketball. You know, you were All-State in high school. You were All-American over at Arizona Western playing JUCO ball. And then this season, first team All-American at William Jessup. I mean, what an honor, what a career you've had. Just for a moment, just talk about this and it ain't over yet. Just talk about this basketball career you've had.
Honestly, I just feel blessed enough to be able to say that, I have reached all these accomplishments and, just getting all these accolades and stuff like that. But I just want to say at the end of the day, it's just God. I mean, I'm just thankful for him blessing me with the opportunity to play basketball, giving me gifts that I didn't think I had. But going through high school was really fun, playing with some of my high school friends, and then just being able to just carry out a winning season, winning back-to-back, like 3 Valley championships in a row. After that, I went to JUCO junior college at Arizona Western, which was really well over there as well. Played 2 solid years over there. We went. My first year went to the national championship in Kansas. We lost the first game and everything, but I mean, it was just a big accomplishment for us to be able to make it, especially in a team's history for us. And then being named All-American out there was just pretty cool as well. Basically focusing, just playing my part, doing my thing, trying to win games and just be the best basketball player I can be. My ultimate goal at the end of all of this is to go overseas, go play professional basketball. So it's really been working. And then for this year for William Jessup, I'm just thankful that I have the coaching staff around me, my connects I have from other coaches that I've been around that can just put a good word in for me, where I can just come and improve my talents and show the coaches what I'm capable of. And everything just been working out. This year we went 30-7, went to the national tournament again. I'm just basically trying to do it all over again, try to go undefeated or just lose a couple games this next coming up season.
I want to talk about a couple of those things. You went to Central East High School. Most people probably don't know you were a freshman starter there, and not only that, you were the freshman player of the year in that, what was it, Valley Conference, defensive player of the year, I think as a freshman, weren't you?
Yeah, as a freshman.
Yeah. So have you always, what made you a good, obviously you were a young guy and you were obviously defending the heck out of the ball. Did that just come natural to you, or was that a mission you went on?
Honestly, I just feel like when I was little, like besides even playing high school basketball, middle school basketball, as a kid, I was always growing up going to the park, playing with my uncles, playing with like older grown men, which would, I mean, I'm still a kid, so I mean, I obviously got to give it my all. So I mean, I feel like when I'm guarding them, and it's kind of getting easier over the years, and I'm playing my own age group, and it feels like the things I do with them is I feel like they're not as strong. Basically, just playing against older people growing up.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah. That's
yeah,
really
I've heard that same thing from other people, that, playing in the playground growing up, and when you were in the playground, you always seem like you're playing older guys, and that really matures your game quick.
Most definitely.
Your sophomore, junior, senior year there at Central East, you were the team MVP. As I said before, you were All-State your senior year. So talk about, you decided to go over to Arizona Western and play JUCO ball. Now, Arizona Western's a great program. How did they get you? What did that look like? How did you end up going over there?
At a high school, my coaches, I have Quincy Pondexter was my AAU coach. He used to be in the NBA for the New Orleans Pelicans. He signed with the Spurs for a few years, and now he's the coach at Washington State. So I have a connection with him. He knows some of the Arizona Western guys. I have another AAU coach. His name's Dalgy. He's a lawyer, but I mean, he basically just within all these connects. Arizona Western had followed me through my high school a little bit. They knew I was an all-state guard and stuff like that. So they basically just reached out to my coach. My coach got me in talks with them. And then they just started communicating with me every day over the summer, letting me know that they wanted me, letting me know that I can go out there and be a good player, and then I can just basically just do 2 years and just go D1 or go D2 or just whatever the circumstance may be. So just with them basically just on me every day, just staying at me every day, just made me realize that they really wanted me, that they really cared. And then once I really got out there and I showed them what I was capable of, I mean, the rest was history. They were rocking with me, and then I was just trying to do my thing and just be the best I can be.
You know, Cash, you talk about you got there and as a freshman, you came out of high school, you went over to Arizona Western, you played 31 minutes a game, you averaged 14 points, 5 assists, and you shot 43% from three. What was the transition from high school to Arizona Western? What was that transition like for you?
It was honestly a big transition from, obviously it's college basketball now. So coming from high school and then being able to transition into college basketball my first year, it was kind of a big transition. The momentum was faster. Just the pace of the game was faster. So, I mean, at first I was really struggling with it a couple of games. But once I got started to get the feel for it, my coach started to talk to me and just get me more comfortable. I just felt like as long as I know he's on my side, that he can trust me on the court, that I can trust him at the same time. And that just basically made everything easier for me just to go out there with a clear head, clear space, and just do my thing, just be Cash. And if whatever comes, don't think about all the negative plays, next play, just think next play.
As a sophomore, you played more than 34 minutes a game. You're basically on the court all the time. You started every game. As we said, you were All-American, 17 points a game. But Cash, I want to ask you, when you were there, you played with some really amazing players. I mean, there was yourself, there was Alfonso Plummer, he's over at Illinois, Bryson Langdon, he's at Northern Kentucky, and then Daniel Kiley, he's playing D2 down in Texas. How good was that Arizona Western team?
Oh, no, most definitely my freshman year, that's probably one of the best teams I've ever been on. You obviously know and heard of Alfonso Plummer, so he's one of the lights out shooters, one of the best shooters I've ever seen. So I mean, just being able to give him the ball or get him open, and I'm just knowing I'm gonna have an assist on my this in the books, just always made me feel good. I know I just give it to him. I'm knowing it's either going in or he's gonna get fouled. So it's like. He was helping me out a lot. We had, like you said, Daniel Kiley. He played with me my sophomore year. He was a really good player, really tough point guard as well. We were a pretty good backcourt, honestly. I mean, me and him, the way we clicked on and off the court was good and stuff like that. But yeah, both years my teams were really good, and I'm just thankful that I got to be a part of that.
After you finished up there at Arizona Western, you went over to Western New Mexico. It was when COVID was going on. I think you guys only played 10 games or something.
Yeah.
You still played 31 minutes a game, 14 points. You did well there. What brought you to William Jessup?
Being honest with you, don't get me wrong. I love the coach. Everywhere I've been at, nothing wrong with the coaching staff, nothing wrong with the players, nothing like that. So when I signed to Western New Mexico, like I said, they were on me the same as Arizona Western. They were on me every day, calling me, wanting me to go there. So I never been outside of because I'm just a Cali kid. I'm just always throughout California, so I never really been too far. So I was just besides Arizona, but I just ended up taking that offer when they had reached out to me. They're talking to me every day. Basically went out there. Played 11 games. Like you said, it was COVID, but we went 0-11. We didn't even win no games out there. I mean, we were competing as hard as we can. We were in majority of every game, and come second half, fourth quarter, it's like everyone's just getting a run on, us blowing the lead open, and it's just we were getting ourselves into holes and stuff like that. But the reason why I left there was just because I felt my ultimate goal is to go pro, and if it doesn't matter if I was averaging 30 or 40 and we're losing games. 0-11 is not going to get me nowhere. So I had talked to my coach about that. I let him know exactly what I just told you, word for word, and he respected the fact of that. He knows like the mission I'm on. I know what missions he's on, because I mean, but at the end of the day, I just didn't want to be on a losing team and be on a just having to try to build something from scratch, from really scratch, and I only had 2 years left, so I had just transferred to William Jessup. And when I did that, I mean, I thought it was just like the greatest thing I've ever done. I mean, especially with the past season we just had, the coaching staff we just had, and for sure this team, this William Jessup team is one of the best teams I've ever been on, culture-wise, players-wise. Like, we're all in together. We all know what the outcome is. We all want to win, and no one's selfish. Like, everyone knows what their role is, and we just all try to come in. We try to compete.
You know, I want to talk to you about this season of William Jessup, but I have a question for you. You just mentioned, Coach Von Vogt. Cash, basketball is an emotional game. You're an emotional guy. Coach Van Vogt's an emotional guy. You guys seem to have like a game bond, I almost call it. You guys almost communicate without talking. Is that? Am I reading that right?
No, you're most definitely reading that right. It's kind of crazy because this is honestly like the first coach I ever really got this vibe with. Like, I mean, I like all my past coaches. I love all my coaches till today, but Coach V it's something about Coach V that just, and I don't know, we just clicked from the very first day he seen me, the very first day I seen him. We met each other, we talked on the phone. But yeah, it's like he I know he can trust me, and he been telling me that he'll pull me and Miles into the locker room like halftime and just let us know, like, I trust you guys, and just call a play if I'm not calling it, or just like get into something quick and let's just make stuff happen real fast. Just him trusting me and being able to come and pull me to the side and just talk to me like that, and just like, just give me a little information that can help us win or help just like get others involved is just it's a different feeling. And I just know that he's for sure just a very, very good coach. A very good coach.
And you guys seem to have a special relationship. It seems like he knows when to calm you down, and you almost know when to calm him down too.
Most definitely. No, it's like that because he knows how emotional I am. I know that he loves to win. He's an emotional coach as well. So I mean, both emotion like that. I feel like we oversee the bad, like in it. Like, I know, like, if we're doing bad or it's like he's on me or the team's looking at me, it's like he's going to pull me to the side and make sure that I get everything back in order. Or if he's going to get a check or he's young got rest, I can go talk to him like Coach Stark feels like, it's like, we're good. Or like, we don't need a timeout right now. Let us just work back into this. Like, we're basketball players. Like, we know what to do. But yeah, just him trusting me and being, I can talk to him like that and be myself around him. It just makes the whole just better, to be honest.
Cash, I want to ask you about a couple points. This was a special season. You started out, you almost beat UC Davis there in Rockland.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And so that's when, I know that internally you guys really felt good after that game. You went on a little run. You beat some really good teams. You beat a bunch of Cascade Conference teams. But I want to ask you about, you went to, where was it, Costa Mesa, and you fell to Vanguard just before Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah.
And right after that game, you guys had to go over to Life Pacific, and you probably remember this. You played a 2 overtime war with them, and exactly. After that win, and that was at Life Pacific, you had to go to San Dimas. You won that 2 overtime game, and after that, you guys went on a roll all the way up until. You guys went on a roll, and then later at the Menlo game, Miles got hurt later in the year. But was there, after you lost at Vanguard, and then was that a point in your season? It just felt like that's when you guys really hit your stride.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's kind of funny that you say that, because even after that game, like I said, all our group, like our team is one. It's like we know that when we lost to them, we knew that game was an eye opener for us. Like, we're not what we really think we are, pretty much, Yep. Like, yeah, we know we're a good team. We have talent. We're capable, but any team can come in here and do this at any given night if we don't come ready to play, pretty much. So I just knew right after that game, and after everybody talked about it, and that we clicked about it, and like coaches wasn't even mad. Like, Coach V, obviously it's an L, it's a loss on our record. Nobody likes to lose, but I mean, even him knowing coming in, like, man, we beat ourselves. but just know when we see him again, we're gonna destroy him. Like, and just him coming in, letting us know that, and then giving us just giving us that feedback made us just feel like, yeah, we gave this one up on our own. It's like we had them, and it's like, I mean, they're a good team as well, but I mean, just the way we were playing, yeah, we felt like that they got the best of us, and we didn't really give them our all. So, moral story, yeah, that's when the strike really began. After that loss, we took that one very seriously. We went down, played the double overtime game, which we shouldn't have even did that either. But I mean, it happens. It's basketball. But even that's the game Coach V was mad about, though. That double overtime game, because that shouldn't have happened like that. But after that double overtime game,
because you were up by 7 or something, just over a minute to go, they came back on you. But you got that. You guys hung together. You got that win, and like I say. Well, you just said it. I just think that's the point where you guys really gelled. And I think your point about, you got to come out. I mean, because anybody, the old line, anybody can beat anybody. Especially talk about the GSAC this year. It was crazy, wasn't it?
It was real crazy. It was like, honestly, one of the toughest conferences I've been in so far, with just having multiple players be good. It's like, obviously every player, every team has a couple good players, but I mean, every team we were playing against, it was like they were giving us their best shot. If they were trying, or if we took the lead up a little bit, like, they'll always come back and creep up. But I mean, the GSAC was very hard. ACU, especially them. I can't wait to get to get back at them, because we didn't beat them at all. So I mean, for sure, ACU, that's for sure a good team. I mean, Vanguard, for sure a good team as well. We lost to them one time, but I mean, we shouldn't have lost. Hope, most definitely as well. Even though we beat them 3 times, Hope International really gave us runs for our money every single game. It's like to the last wire, last minute of the game. It's like, who's gonna win? But for sure, GSAC conference is where it's at. It's a very tough conference, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, to be honest. I mean, I want to have my talents, and I want to be able to play against the best players.
Cash, you went just for Christmas. You went down to Florida, a really highly anticipated matchup with Indiana Wesleyan, and then after that, you played Concordia. You came out of that 2-0. How important did you guys see that trip?
Coach V's from Daytona, so I mean, just him basically giving us the feedback and putting it into our ear that, I mean, we're gonna go down to his hometown. He's gonna have family out. We're just gonna go out there and just have a business trip, and everything just made us really lock in and want to do good in his own city, his own hometown, and stuff like that, where he can be home and have some wins under his belt, and he can have a good little weekend and stuff like that. But it was honestly good to get them out the way. Indiana Wesleyan is a really good team, a really great team. They have a 7-footer. They have all the pieces to be good and stuff like that. But I mean, just going down there and being able to take care of business and be able to knock down shots and just keep making shots throughout the game just helped us out a lot.
The other point in the season, Cash, I want to ask you about. I already mentioned, in the Menlo game, Miles, such an important part of your team, he got hurt, and you guys struggled. You lost a couple after that. But you guys, before the GSAC conference tournament, you guys pulled it back together.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could have folded.
Most definitely.
I thought that was the big test for you guys, and you guys really answered the bell.
Basically, through that, even though, I mean, because Miles was kind of hurt still as well, but it was basically just like a next man up thing. I mean, our coach, he always emphasizes how much depth we have in a team and within our program, within our roster, that the next man up, I mean, whoever's ready just has to be able to take that role and play it strong, or, stuff like that. So, I mean, our team's big on that as well. Like, we know how good we are. We know that we have everybody on our basketball team, or everybody on our roster can come in and score 10, or just come in and just give us, just help us out. Anybody can. But knowing that Miles was hurt and that we had to be able to fulfill his scoring, fulfill his, his presence on the court, is what made everybody just feel like we had to do a little bit extra more. We had to go harder even more. Every loose ball, it has to be ours. Every out of bounds plays, we have to win. We have to score every out of bounds play. We have to stop them on their out of bounds plays. Every 50-50 ball, we have to, pretty much that. Just making us really have to work for our own stuff. Then to know we have another good player that can ease the weight off of everybody.
And then you got into that GSAC conference tournament. You beat Menlo. You had another war with Hope International. 1-point game, and then you dropped that heartbreak, kind of a controversial ending against Ottawa, Arizona. But I thought you
Yeah.
guys showed a lot of class in, the loss was a loss, and you guys just went ahead, pulled it together. Talk about getting ready for the national tournament. Did you feel like you had something a little extra to prove?
Oh, most definitely. Knowing that Ottawa, we came short to Ottawa at that last little play at the end of the game, the last little three. That really hurt us. Like, they don't get me wrong. That's a great team. They battled to the last minute too, and the outcome was the outcome. But that one really, we ate that one pretty hard, to be honest. Everybody was quiet on the bus home rides, like coaches was quiet and stuff like that. But I felt like that gave us the power to even, like, not even the power, just gave us that, that we got to go out to this national tournament in Kansas City and show these newcomers who we really are. It doesn't matter who we face. We're playing the same team or if we're on a whole other bracket, that we got to come in and prove what William Jessup is about. Because when you're in the regular season is different than the playoffs. Playoffs are different than the national tournament. So It's like everything is just like we have to go a little bit more harder than what we've been doing before. But just knowing that we made it to the national tournament and that it was our first time being there. It was a huge accomplishment. But we are a winning team. We know what winning feels like. So the moral goal was to go out there and win it all. We fell short to ACU again, but this next coming up season, Jess is going to be we'll be out there again.
Cash, you're one of the top shooters in the country. 54% from the field, one of the top 3-point shooters. I think you might have been the top. Anyway, 52% from three. You get to the line more than anybody in the country, and you shoot 81%. I got two questions about that. I ask everybody who's a shooter this. If you're talking to a 14-year-old guy and he goes, I want to be a shooter in college basketball, what would you tell them?
Repetition, for sure. In the gym, a lot of shots. I'm not saying a lot of shots. The more you're in the gym, the more you're shooting threes, or the more you're working on your craft, and you just want to be a 3-point shooter, and that's all you want to do. Then you get on the shooting machine and you shoot every day until you feel like the repetition of when, like, you're gonna make your shot, or it's gonna go in, it's gonna go in, it's gonna go in. Just basically, it's all repetition. The more you practice, the perfect your shot will be. The more you're in the gym, the more you're working, the more your game's gonna prove itself on the court than other, just than talking about or going in the gym and just playing around and playing fives and just not trying to work on your game. I feel like if you want to really do something, you want to be good at what you want to do, just most definitely repetition. Stay in the gym and shoot on the shooting machine, or shoot 1,000 shots every day, or shoot even more than that. Stay in the gym for 5-6 hours and just shoot and shoot and shoot all day long until okay, it's getting easier. I know like where to put the ball. I know my hand movements. Just stuff like that.
Another question: you shot more free throws than anybody in the country. And you have, I don't know how to describe it, and I don't mean it wrong, but you have kind of almost a herky-jerky style. You're kind of it's an uneven approach to the basket when you penetrate. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Do you feel like that puts defenders on their heels? They foul you a lot. Because you got I don't even know how to explain it. Anybody who's watched you knows what I'm saying. But why do you think you get fouled so much?
I feel like, honestly, just growing up, I watch a lot of NBA basketball. So, even growing up, with the AAU, I seen, all my coaches trying to, basically, Quincy was trying to teach me, little tactics that the NBA uses to, just to draw a foul, not even to really get a foul, just to draw a foul or anything like that. But, basically just trying to get to my spot. And if they're cutting off my spot, or if they're, they're just fouling me, or, they're pushing too hard, I'm just the type of player that's going to sell it, make it look like they're fouling me to get a foul.
You mean you would do that?
Most definitely. I hate to say, basketball is basketball, but, however you got to win, however you're going to get it done, I'm just trying to get it done. But, yeah, if they are really fouling me, or they are, I'm just majority trying to sell it.
Yeah. So when you were growing up, was there somebody who instilled in you got to hit free throws? Because you can really shoot a free throw.
Basically, yeah. Growing up playing AAU games, my AAU team were missing a lot of free throws. So basically, just being at practice and just every day, I'm just thankful that all my coaches everywhere I've been at, from middle school to high school to JUCO to where I'm at now, is really emphasizing free throws, because free throws can be a big part of the game. Come down to at the end of the game off how many you miss or how many you make. So just being able to sit there and concentrate if you're tired or not tired and knock your free throws down, I mean, that's a huge major part of the game, because if you do get fouled and you can't shoot free throws, you're leaving free points out there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, yeah, I'm just basically just, so like I said, repetition, just really shooting free throws, taking your time with your free throws, really trying to make them, really trying to have your own rhythm because I'm the type of player, I want to go 10 out of 10 if I'm shooting free throws, or I'm going to go 20 out of 20. Like, I'm really trying to make every single free throw, not even miss one. So once you know you're really trying to do that, you're doing a lot of repetition. I mean, it becomes easier, I feel like.
Cash, what would you like to say to you have really good fans there in Rockland. What would you want to say to those fans for this year?
I want to say just to thank the fans for real. Thank all of you guys for coming out to support us at our home games, away games, whoever's coming out to support at the away games. I mean, all the support we need, and it counts most definitely. And our whole team, our coaching staff is really grateful. And we want to bring as much fans as we can out for next year, so we can have a packed crowd, packed games, even more. So, you know, just make the school fun, make the atmosphere fun, make every event of basketball or any other sport fun, you know, but yeah, the fans, we're not nothing without you guys cheering, without you guys trying to help us out there. Most definitely the fans are key.
Well, Cash, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to sit down this morning. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you for getting my number from Coach V and reaching out to me as well. I'm really thankful for this call. I'm really glad I got to talk to you. This was a good conversation, most definitely, and I just hope you have a great rest of your day, sir. Well,
thank you. That's Cash Williams, first-team All-American William Jessup Warriors. Thank you, Cash.
Thank you. You have a good day, sir.